Once upon a time, in the village of Sima, there lived a very beautiful girl named Zara. All the men in the village wanted to be with her. Her beauty was captivating. In the village, there was a man called Adama. He was a rich farmer. Girls in the village wanted to be with him, but he only had eyes for Zara. The village girls were jealous of Zara. Adama was able to win Zara's heart, and they got married. Soon after their marriage, Adama was found dead in his farm. Zara was very, very sad. After a mourning time, men started chasing after her again. She was still very beautiful. Then came another man who was interested in her. He was a trader. She accepted him. They got together and they got married. One day, she was cooking when people of the village came to announce her that her husband had been found dead near the forest. It was hard for her because it was the second time this happened to her. The people of the village started asking questions. They were saying that she killed her husbands for their money. She didn't want to get married anymore. But after a while, another man came to her. He was a fisherman. He was not rich. She didn't want to marry him. She was afraid he would die. But he was insisting. She agreed to marry him. People of the village were astonished that she accepted him. They were living happily until one day he went fishing and did not come back. He was drowned. No one understood what happened. The whole village knew how to swim, and he was a fisherman. Zara was devastated. Why is this happening to me? What did I do? She wondered. The brothers of the fisherman threatened her, and they took everything from her that she had. She went back to live with her uncle. The villagers began to say that she was cursed. Man was not interested in her anymore. The women, already jealous of the fact that all the men were only interested in her, did not speak to her. She spent more time locked in the house to avoid people. There was a wealthy man in the village who came from another village. His name was Imba. The girls in the village were hoping he would choose one of them. He was interested in a few. One evening, Zara went out to get some fresh air because evening was the only time she could take advantage of getting some fresh air. Imba also was walking around to contemplate the beauty of the village. When Zara saw him, she quickly returned to her uncle's house. Imba followed her and saw where she lived. The next morning, he went to see her. When he saw her in the light of the day, he was totally won over. Zara didn't want to have any kind of relationship with him, but he only wanted Zara. He gave a lot of gifts to her uncle, who pushed Zara to accept Imba's proposal. She explained to Imba what happens to everyone who marries her. You know, I've been married 3 times, and each time my men have died strangely. But he replied, I know, the people of the village have already warned me, but I want you. She ended up accepting him. They got married, and Imba told the whole village that if he dies, no one should hold Zara accountable. Zara had no friends. Every day, she lived in fear of losing her husband. She was still waiting for him at the entrance of the house. Her husband told her, "I know you are afraid of losing me, but stop living in fear. Enjoy every day we have. Forget about tomorrow." This reassured her. She started enjoying every day and told herself that she was not going to lose her husband. After a while, her husband had to return to his village for a few days. The day he was supposed to come back arrived, but he did not come back. Zara was horrified. Why is he not coming back? She wondered. When she saw two men approaching her house, she looked at their attitude. She knew something was wrong before these people even opened their mouth. She let out a loud cry and then burst into tears. What she feared had happened. Imba was found dead on the way home. Zara was inconsolable. She had become the subject of all discussion in the village. She was not going out of the house. Her uncle lost the respect of the people of the village because of what was happening with Zara. To regain the respect of the people of the village, her uncle kicked her out of his house. She went to live at the end of the village. There also lived a man called Ochi. He was very strong. The whole village was afraid of him. He liked solitude. He was not talking to anyone, and no one dared approach his house. Zara saw Uche come and go from time to time. She saw that he was living alone. One day, she went to drop him something to eat. He didn't open the door for her. She placed the food for him in front of his door. The next day, she found the plate empty. So every day she brought him food and placed it in front of his door. Until one day, he opened the door for her and invited her in. They became friends. They became very close. Days went by. Zara and Uche developed feeling for each other. Uche expressed his feelings to Zara and told her that he wanted to marry her, but Zara refused. She had already told him what happened to her. "Have you forgotten what I told you about myself? I do not want to lose you. I can't marry you." Uche replied to Zara, "You are the only woman I have ever loved in my entire life. I didn't know what love was. You showed me what is love. There is no one on this earth I would rather spend my life with than you. I love you too, Uche. That's why I can't accept. I won't get over it if I lose you," replied Zara, very worried. "I prefer the happiness of living with you, even for a brief moment, than the unhappiness of living for a long time without you," said Uche with determination. At this moment, Zara didn't know what to answer. She would never have imagined loving again and above all, experiencing a love as strong as what she shared with Uche. She then agreed to marry him. When the people of the village heard that Uche wanted to marry Zara, no one could believe it. They said, "Certainly, Zara is a witch, and she could have bewitched even Uche." The lonely man. One day, Uche went hunting. His return time had passed, and he still did not return. Zara was extremely worried.
What had happened to him? Why isn't he back yet? She wondered. Night fell, and he still did not come. She started crying. She said to herself, "He's probably dead. I shouldn't have married him." She went outside to look for some deadly herbs. She went home and crushed them and made a deadly drink. She said to herself, "I prefer to die. That way, no one will lose their life because of me anymore." She also couldn't bear the humiliation she was going to suffer after that. She was about to drink the deadly mixture when she was interrupted by a noise outside. She went to see, and there was Ochi. She ran to him in tears. "You are alive. I thought I lost you." She hugged Uche very tightly, and Uche explained to her that he had been attacked in the forest and that he fought to come out alive. He had taken the person who attacked him prisoner because he had said things that Uche wanted to clarify. He took the man who attacked him to the king of the village, and he was held captive until the next day. Then the next day he was questioned on why he had attacked Uchi. He replied that because he is with my wife. "Who is your wife?" asked the village king. "Zara," he replied. Zara was surprised. "I don't even know you," she said. Then the man introduced himself. "Yes, you know me. All of you know me. I'm Emeka." Everyone was surprised. The king asked him, "Emeka, the son of Obinna?" "Yes, it's me," he answered. His mother had died when he was little, so his father remarried. His father was rich. Emeka had overheard his father's wife telling his lover that soon she was going to kill Obinna, Emeka's father. But when Emeka told his father, she told Obinna that Emeka wanted to sleep with her. Obinna chased Emeka away, and no one defended him in the village. Since he left, he never came back. Time after, Obinna died. Then one day, after his death, his widow was tormented, and she ended up confessing that she's the one who killed Obinna, and everything that Emeka said was the truth, and he had never tried to sleep with her. Since then, no one knew what had happened to Emeka. "Why do you say that Zara is your wife? When did you marry her?" the king asked Emeka. He explained that when they were young, during his first hand, when he had his first game, he had offered it to Zara's father, who had told him that it was Zara's bride price. The king replied, "Zara's father was a big joker. He could have never give his daughter like that. You were kids. Is that why you attacked her husband?" "Yes, because she's mine. I will continue to kill anyone who comes near her." The village was in shock. "So, it is you who killed all those who married her?" "Yes, I followed all her movements. I knew everything about her. I was waiting for the right moment to come and take her." Zara burst in tears. "I suffered. I was humiliated. rejected, all because of you. Ochi warned him. Zara is not your wife. She's my wife. I will protect her at the cost of my life. If you dare to approach her, I promise you that I will kill you with my own hands. The king told Emeka, you have no right over Zara. From today, let her live her life in peace. You will be kept in prison until we decide on your punishment. But as the whole village knew about it, the families of Zara's previous husbands wanted revenge. The brothers who had took Zara's property did everything they could, and they managed to kill Emeka in prison. The villagers asked Zara for forgiveness. Zara and Uche went to live in another village where they were not known for a new start together. Their love was even stronger. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please support by subscribing, liking, and commenting the video. Even share with your loved one. Thank you. Till next time. Bye-bye.